What's going on, guys? And in today's video, I'm going to go over Bitcoin. I'm going to talk a few things about it, and then I'm going to dive into my charts. But first, let's start. Bitcoin just broke $1 trillion in market cap. Now, this is its first big hurdle. It has a lot more loops to go through. Now, when you take a look at the market cap through gold, stocks, money supply, debt, and real estate, Bitcoin is just a baby. If we can reach the gold market cap of $10 trillion, that's over $500,000 a coin with the current supply. It doesn't stop there. We could then take over the stock market. Let's say all these decade winners in Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Apple, they've booked some nice profits over the last decade. What if these people start to say, I'm going to take some of my profit off the table on these names and allocate it to Bitcoin? We will see another surge in Bitcoin. At the same time, we're having corporations add Bitcoin to their balance sheets. Elon Musk has added over $1.5 billion, and Michael Saylor is leading the pack. You can just see Michael Saylor tweeted, they bought over $1 billion in Bitcoin. So they already own 71,000. Now they're adding to that supply. And you guys think the price is high? The smart people are still buying, and I don't think we're high at all at these current levels. Now, even BlackRock is diving into Bitcoin.
Just trying to do the math. People think I can't do math. I'm pretty good at math, scientific notation, everything. So where's Larry comes in? He loves to brag. What's your how much you got under management now at BlackRock? What is it? 7, 8, something like that. It just keeps going up.
Yeah.
What is it? Because you manage it so well. What is it?
Yeah, no, it's I watch what I have to do all day.
It's up
so
there.
I'm managing that too.
It doesn't matter.
It's up there.
BlackRock has over $8.6 trillion in assets under management. Taking just 1% of that is $86 billion. That's so much it would drive the price through the ceiling. Now, when you take a look at how many coins are leaving the exchange, it's dropping like a rock as the price is rising. Currently, there are 2.36 million coins on exchanges. So that's such a low float, and everybody wants it. The demand is through the roof, and you're seeing that in the price. Take a look at how much $1 gets you now in Satoshis. 1,800 Satoshis. This number was close to 3,000 a few months ago, and it's quickly dwindling down. Will we ever reach parity? Just take a look at the Bitcoin distribution. See, you don't need to own a lot to be high up on this scale. As you can see, it's highly concentrated up to the 0.001 to 0.01. That makes up over 75% of the coins right there. So owning 0.01, investing a little bit over $550 would put you better than 75% of the people right there, which is pretty high up on the totem pole. You can just see at the bottom, putting $100, there's only 15 million people richer than you. So adding a little bit of Bitcoin could go a long way, especially how young we are. I want to show you this stat right here. There's 35 million addresses that have greater than a zero balance. And when we take a look at how many internet access users in the world, there are 4.6 billion people with internet access, roughly 60%. With over 7.6 billion people on this planet, 60% roughly have internet access. Of those people, 2.8 billion have access to Facebook, so roughly 60%. Again, 61% is a very strong Fibonacci level, and we're seeing very close to that number. So with just 35 million people with Bitcoin currently, that's less than 1% of all people with internet access. That number can climb significantly, and when it does climb, we're going to notice that in the price due to the low supply. Now, I want to browse my charts, and Bitcoin is just on fire now. This is a 1 minute, and I'm looking at the Tether exchange, 55.6. We are just erupting. I've been looking at this all day. We had a slight pullback, and it just continues to climb higher. Now, when I take a look at this chart on a daily, now it's running out of lines. All my pitchforks and Fibonacci's are gone. The next Fibonacci on this chart is 57.9K. So look for that level to give it some stress. But when we look at our Coinbase chart, we are passing an epic level right now. This is a pretty big pitchfork, and we look at it, we're getting rejected right here. This pitchfork is an epic line, as you can see. We'll zoom out to weeklies. We'll go to monthlies for that matter, just to take a look at this pitchfork. It's been pretty strong. We got rejected back in 2019, and we're approaching it fast right now. I want to show you something I call a crossover. Now, I don't really believe too much in technical analysis because any big player can hop into Bitcoin just tomorrow, for instance. Let's say Apple wants to buy Bitcoin. You can throw every technical and fundamental out because it's just going to shoot through the roof. However, these crossovers have been very accurate in predicting volatility spikes. And you can see right here, we're having a crossover on the February 19th. You can see the last crossover here was February 1st, and just look at that uptrend since that date. So we're reaching a crossover right here, which means we could be breaking this line and hovering around 60K before you know it. Now, I also want to point out the crossover right here. This crossover is around March 15th. Call it 15th, 16th, 17th range, middle of March. Now, what could happen here? Well, we could break this line, approach 60K, and get some volatility. If we consolidated for this long of a period and hit this level, we could pop to 71K. There's no telling how fast we can go. I just buy as much as I can, and I set up recurring buys on Cash App to buy an X amount you're comfortable day by day. Slowly stack Satoshis, because what if we reach parity? $1 today, potentially in the future, could be $2,000? Well, actually less. We're sitting at 1806 for $1. Now, I want to show you one more chart. This is my Bitstamp chart, and it too is showing some volatility. Crossover there, March 16th. We have a crossover on the 23rd, which tells me that could be the next big go date. Going into the weekend, 19, 20, 21, we look Monday, and we pop. We could be at 65, 70K in this chart right here, hovering this Fibonacci 3.61 at 71.6. That's going to be some epic level, and we could consolidate. You can see we consolidated on this Fibonacci. We broke the 2 right here. I know Fibonacci's don't mean much, but at least when it comes to Bitcoin, it's pretty accurate on timing these volatile dates. So the next big move I'm looking at is between now and the 23rd, and we're already seeing over a $4,000 move, and it's just not slowing down. You just take a look at this on a minute, and it's just blowing through levels, and that's largely due to the exchanges. Coins coming off exchanges, so it's a low supply. You just take a look at this. Bitcoin has 18.6 supply right now, but of that, current circulating supply is around 15 million or so, and you can just see the circulating supply is dropping very fast. It was up to 15.5, and just notice it quickly fall, and we crossed over there right around Christmas time. Was the bell ringing moment in crypto, and you can just see the price took off, and it hasn't looked back. Any dip should be bought, guys. It's going to be a volatile ride, but you got to look at the bigger picture here. Taking a look at this on a monthly, it's been beautiful. Hide all these charts for you. It's just been beautiful. It's almost like an art. Bitcoin could potentially run to 300K this year and pull back to 100, and it's still at a higher level than we currently are sitting, meaning it's undervalued. This chart right here just says it all. If we take over the gold market at $10 trillion, it's going to be worth over 500,000 of coins. So get used to it. If money start coming out of stocks into Bitcoin, it's going to get larger. If central banks like Nigeria, smaller country central banks, are losing purchasing power due to the amount of dollars circulating, what if they back their currency by Bitcoin? That's even more money coming in. And then you have people who own real estate saying, well, I own all these properties. Maybe I sell a couple properties and put some of that into Bitcoin. It's way easier to manage. And then we see money come out of real estate into Bitcoin. We have so much money out there. There's over $1.3 quadrillion in the world. Bitcoin's just $1 trillion. So it's such a tiny amount, and it's such a unique asset that no other asset in the world has its properties, which making it so unique and so scarce and so precious. So I talk to my friends all day about Bitcoin, and they call me a nut. People think that it's a stock. You have to lose that mindset. Think of it as Manhattan real estate, and you're getting in the early 1900s. Do you sell that just because you're up a few grand? No. You pass that down over generation to generation, and that's what Bitcoin is. If it sucks up all the monetary energy on this planet, it could be worth hundreds of trillions of dollars. And with such a finite supply, that price is going to be through the roof. It's going to be one of the biggest wealth transfers in the history of humankind, in my opinion. And I think it's going to be one hell of a ride this entire decade. But those are some of my charts, guys. The 19th, which is today, the 22nd to 23rd, I'm seeing some volatile, and mid-March are some pretty big dates. So obviously, who knows? A big company could come out tomorrow morning and it could just keep rocketing. Seeing how much we're up today, it's just absolutely amazing. If you are trading Bitcoin, you are missing the bigger picture. You need to buy and hold and secure it in a private wallet correctly, not on the exchange, which is what you're seeing. Money come off of the exchanges and into private wallets. So you need to learn about this stuff and be ahead of the curve. With less than 1% of internet users with Bitcoin, you are still very, very early Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button. I do daily stock market breakdowns Monday to Friday, talking from the macro picture of what the market does. But I have a true passion for talking about Bitcoin, telling my friends and families all about it, and just seeing it rock how it's been is just truly amazing. But if you watch this far, guys, take some time and subscribe to my channel. It would really make my day. A lot of my viewers are not subscribed, so just taking a couple extra minutes, a couple extra seconds, and just hitting a button would really make my day. But other than that, I will have a stock market breakdown here in a few hours. I will see you later. Take care. Peace!